don't need to let certain things get me down. Not all the things in teaching are sunshiny and rainbows that are very Christmas patches. I gotta find the motivation. It's been a long year. Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. This week I'm going to try to do a week in my life as a 9th grade ELA teacher. So first thing I do obviously when I get in is to clock in, and then I often check my emails for all sorts of different things that are happening. This is actually the last week of school, so I am very excited, but there is much to do because it is a Monday morning, and it is also a day where I kind of need to go back and forth to my car to bring some things to my classroom. So I am going to bring those things back and then take you guys through the rest of my Monday morning routine. All right, water bottles secured. So really quick, the things that I am planning on doing with these water bottles is, this is my 3rd year here at the school, and my little end of the year activity is to kind of share toasts with each other and to make toasts to just different students who are in the class, who are their friends, and they want to thank them for being a great friend, or to share any kind of memory that they had during school, during the school year, or to just make well wishes for some other students. So if students don't have water or something, then that's when I give them this tiny little water bottle, and then they make their toast, and then we kind of cheers and just kind of share memories with each other from the year. It went really well with my first class that I did it with. Now I'll be doing that again with another class today, and then with the rest of my classes tomorrow, with tomorrow being the last regular bell schedule day. So that's what I'm doing with those. And now I need to actually check my emails. What I am doing right now, pulling up on my Google Chrome, all the different tabs that I will need. I have my email tab open, my student information system tab open, and then a bunch of my Google Slide tabs open. So I'll kind of show you from this angle, but this is the one that I use for my daily agenda slides. I then have my data chat thing kind of open. Today I'm planning on talking through some of the average scores for the last state reading tests that we have, so we're going to chat about that really quick. I'm going to have my presentation up about Lord of the Flies, because this is the final project information. This is the reflection activity that I'm going to do with one of my classes, and then also another Lord of the Flies presentation to kind of review through the last chapter for one of my classes. So these are typically how my daily agenda slides look. I think I have them basically pulled up. So this is the one that I'll have up for Monday, which is today. This is Tuesdays. And basically Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday look pretty similar, as those are full-on exam days. So then typically once I have all my presentations pulled up on my computer, I go back to my Google Drive, and then I click on my lesson plans for the week, which thankfully this week obviously is the last week of school. I'm not planning, on doing any full-on lectures, so it is really a very simple lesson plan. I'll show you the template I use. So this is basically the template I use. For one side is my one prep. The other side is for technically my other prep, my block periods. but it's just kind of a scope of what the week looks like with the kind of I can statement up here, some of the standards, a question to think about throughout the time, different tasks to complete, and then last is the homework section. I think I got this from Teachers Pay Teachers for like $2. So I would definitely recommend looking at Teachers Pay Teachers. So I'm going to look over those lesson plans really quick, make sure I know what I am doing. And then thankfully, I asked our IT guy, my first year here, if there were any extra printers that I could have, at least, have in my classroom. And thankfully, I do have this printer that should be going right now, and it prints double-sided. So it is a huge lifesaver and also a testament to you never know until you ask. So once I get that printed, then I will update my sideboard. It is currently 8:03, and I'm actually doing really well because technically right now is the morning pre-planning that all teachers have, just in case if there's like a student meeting or a faculty meeting. We all need to clock in just about 7:40, and then the school day officially starts at the first bell rings at 8:25 for my school. So in typical Monday fashion, I have brought some things to restock my personal classroom. Of course, I want to take out my handy dandy planner that I absolutely love. Of course, I gotta take out my tumbler, and I did bring this bag of chocolates because I am going to kind of restock the staff area on my haul with just some chocolates. We'll see. This might last 2 days. And to not be too obvious with my candy restock, I'm going to use this tote bag to tote the candy around. It is a tote bag that my Secret Santa from this last Christmas gave to me. It says, "There are people who didn't listen to their teachers' grammar lessons, and they're driving me crazy." So a very classic English teachery gift, but it gets the job done. So let's go restock that one little box. Right, so things are looking pretty good as far as just kind of getting things settled for the morning. My anchor charts fell down, which is kind of perfect for me because I needed to take them down anyway. So I'm gonna do that really quick. And I am paper clipping the top of the sticky side to the rest of the tube, and I'll do the same thing to this side. All right, you guys, it is the end of the school day, and it was a busy day. Goodness, second to last day of regular classes today, and just even passing some papers back and sharing, like tying up this thought and that notification and makeup quizzes here and time to work on projects, and whew, it was a bit of a doozy of a day, I will say, but it was a good day. I might try to get some grading done here and then just leave the rest of the grading for home, because I'll also have some time tomorrow morning to get it done, because I don't have too much to do for tomorrow morning, unless if I cover a class, and that's something else. Right, let us make the to-do list then and get some grading in. Guys, I was about to go this whole school day without showing you my outfit of the day. So I am wearing just a regular button up. It's got some fun stripe details on it with some technically jeggings, but they definitely work. Now, the thing that I am very excited about this week is that teachers have this secret spirit week going on. And so the spirit day for today is socks and sandals. So I am wearing sandals for the first time to teach. I am wearing my go-to Birkenstocks that I absolutely love, along with some avocado socks that I think my husband got for me. Good morning and happy Tuesday. Today is the last day of the regular bell schedule for the year, because Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are half days, which means that tomorrow I do technically get a pretty long planning period when I can get some grading done. But all the rest of the days, I won't have a planning period because they're just going to be half days and scheduling and whatnot. I mean, technically students leave at 12 those days, so it's nice to be able to stay and to get some grading done, which I am planning on doing. And it'll be a time for kids to get caught up on certain things, to continue working on their project, and for us to do our little end of the year activity. For our bell ringer today, I'm having students write encouraging notes around my "you've got this" message that I'll have different students throughout the period. They'll just come up and write their notes around the initial one. That way, students just all throughout the rest of the week can see just encouraging notes to each other throughout their exams. So thankfully, I was able to get some different things done this morning. A coworker of mine very generously made some exam copies for me for those students of mine who are taking exams. I do need to continue doing some grading as the year comes to a close. So I'll spend the rest of my planning period today, so the next half hour or so, getting some more grading done. But before I hunker down and get to my grading, let me show you today's outfit. So today's outfit is a black romper that has just some fun, I don't really think you can see it on the camera, but it has this like little tie on it. The shoes are just my black Birkenstocks once again, because today's secret staff spirit day is just to wear all black. Okay, now let's get some more grading done. We've made it to lunch, and today's lunch is a chicken meatloaf that my husband made last night, and it is really good. Today has been pretty good so far. I have been reading through some teacher surveys that I gave out to my students. I do just need to remember that As a human being, I can only do so much with the time and resources that I have. And there are definitely things that every year I know I want to improve on in my teaching. And so, as long as I just kind of take both the positives and the negatives kind of with a grain of salt, as they say, then I don't need to let certain things get me down. But also, my value as a teacher doesn't come from the reviews of others, even though obviously when it comes down to like formal observations and my professional development page with the county and all of those kinds of things, those are important. I get it, but I'm not a teacher to like necessarily be the best at anything. I'm a teacher in this stage in my life and for as long as whenever, because I know that the Lord has led me to be a teacher, and I want to do my best for His glory, and that will bring glory to Him and not to myself, even in the public school setting. So I just need to ground myself in that knowledge and just kind of move on. But I am going to eat some lunch now. I did get some really good grading done throughout the day, and a lot of my students did enjoy, or I think a handful of them enjoyed the end of the year activity, so that was nice. But time to relax for a little bit in my silence and have some lunch. Good morning. It is Wednesday and I am feeling much better today. Yesterday after school was a little bit rough. I highly recommend that you either find a mentor teacher at your school if you're a teacher or wherever you work, and then or if not a mentor teacher, to find someone at your school that you can just debrief with after school. That's who my mentor teacher at my school is to me. We debrief a lot together. So find those people in your life, whether it's a coworker you can trust or a mentor teacher in my scenario, to just partner with and to kind of lean on each other a little bit in that way. It's just such a blessing to have someone like that, in my opinion, wherever you might work. But, anyways, today is the first day of it being a half day, and I'm just like, man, I feel like it's almost like an out of body experience, almost, where you feel like you're kind of seeing things happening and you're doing something, but it doesn't quite feel real. I think that I always feel this way at the end of a school year because it's so final. Like, you have final grades, you have final projects, especially at the end of the year, you're like packing up your classroom. And with someone like me and a good handful of other teachers, we are actually moving classrooms next year. And I know that that is not abnormal in a school for teachers to move classrooms, but I have actually been in this classroom the last 3 years, including this year that I've been here. And I count that as a huge blessing. I love where this classroom is. I love the size. I love all the things. But it's just part of life. So it's like so many final things that really remind you that it is the end of another school year. So that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. And so like today will be really, really chill because first period is my planning period. So I am definitely going to use that to catch up on grading and just paperwork. So it will definitely be the chillest day out of the rest of the school week because of those things. Today's secret spirit day is drink out of anything but a cup day. And I decided to bring my Pusheen, oh, my Pusheen tea kettle, and I am going to pour my tea into this tea kettle to drink more so from the tea kettle rather than my tumbler. It has been interesting doing these secret staff days this week because the students, I feel, have kind of caught on to what's happening. Because, especially yesterday, because all the teachers who got the memo, which hopefully was everyone, all the teachers were wearing black. And so students were like, man, all the teachers are wearing black today. It has been kind of breaking their minds a little bit. And I feel like at this point, they'll definitely catch on to what's going on, but it's been funny. So I figured I might as well show you my outfit before I forget. It is this dress that I thrifted a good number of weeks ago that I absolutely love. I think I've worn it in previous videos before, but it's got this like diamond pattern. It's one of my, I'm pretty sure, wow colors in my color analysis for the winter season that I am. So I really love it. And then I'm just wearing some white Adidas that have been my go-to shoe for the entire year. All right, you guys, I think it is time to officially lock in for this morning's pre-planning, and then I will just get into my planning period and probably just do a lot of paperwork. All right, first half day is done. Now, the motivation, I forget sometimes, can just be so low. Tomorrow and Friday will be a little bit different because there will be students in each of those classes who needs to take the final, and I will actually have finals to grade. I currently don't have any to grade, but I do have some different projects to grade. But I think the thing that I'm going to do to just kind of finish out the rest of the day is to finish kind of organizing my to-do list for Wednesday, get my list set up for tomorrow, and then probably get to grading some projects. Meanwhile, this one I was only just a little embarrassed about to like drink my tea during class. When I first did it, I literally, was in my corner and the students were, just in their desk doing some work, and it got like really quiet, and I heard like, is she drinking from a tea kettle? And then someone was like, yeah, because I think she has to. But it was just like very quiet and like kind of judgy until the next time I drank out of my little tea kettle thing. One student was like, is that tea in there, Miss Klein? And I was like, yeah, it's tea in my little tea kettle. And he was like, okay. So I'm just like, let the staff have their school spirit. And the thing is, because the kids only had 2 classes today, I don't know if their first period teacher did the anything but a cup spirit day. So I might have been just the only one to do it so far. Okay, let's try to get some stuff done. So I wanted to show you guys something really quick. This is my kind of why I teach binder. I just got a purple binder. I think it's just an inch. Decorated it with like a piece of scrapbook paper. And on the inside, I just have a lot of different notes that students have written to me, whether it was like notes from my previous school that I went to, and a lot of them were doing like goodbye notes and things like that. Those are always super sweet. Or like students from this year who have written me notes. Here is a really cute one, but the student did apologize for misspelling my name. My name is spelled Klein, but the student was just super sweet and did a really nice note like that, and it's very kind. And so basically I just keep in this binder any kind of kind notes I get from my students or even from coworkers. It's just really encouraging to get kind notes because not all the things in teaching are sunshiny and rainbows. I mean, I don't think any job is like specifically about all positive things or just all things where nothing goes wrong. But there were a couple teacher feedback notes that I wanted to keep in my notebook. Just very kind things that I just want to remember and to treasure. So I'm gonna stick these in my binder, but I would highly recommend creating a Why I Teach or just encouraging binder for yourself that is almost like a scrapbook, but very much so just compiling different fun notes. Good morning, you guys. It is Thursday, Friday Eve, as I always love to call it, and I do have 2 classes today that are taking exams, so I will be a bit busier today than yesterday, but I'm trying to go into today with some motivation to get some grading done and to really enjoy seeing my students today because it's the last day I'll get to see them unless if they have an exam in this area. So I want to make really good use of today. But before I forget, here is today's outfit. It is dress as your favorite holiday day. So I decided to go with Christmas because that's my favorite holiday. I actually have these patches that are very Christmas patches. So I have this vertical red striped shirt. I have a tank top underneath. And today is another Birkenstock day with some Christmas socks. So yeah, you could say that I am feeling pretty good about today. It's just, I gotta find the motivation to grade some projects. Grading the exams won't be difficult. Grading the projects won't be difficult. It's just starting them. But in the midst of all these things, I do need to remind myself, gotta not just be so consumed in end of the year grading and to just talk to the students and enjoy being with them. Of course, not necessarily talking to them when some of them are taking an exam, but like afterwards if they finish early or something like that. So overall, I'm determined to do the best I can today and to also get a lot of things done. It is the end of the school day. It is noon, students are gone, but here is today's lunch. It is something my husband made yesterday. It's some sort of chicken and rice and carrots and red bell pepper dish, and I'm going to see if my mentor teacher friend is available for me to just have some lunch with her, and then I am determined to get some more grading done. Today has been such a lovely day, I will say. It's just so nice to get a kind note or just a kind word from a student. It's just so nice and very uplifting. I think it helps that I am like, ooh, huge fly. I'm like mega Christmassy today, so that's also, I think, just lifting my mood. But I am excited to just tackle the different bits of grading I have because I was able to actually get a lot of good progress done. But I will have some lunch and then get back to it. So the day is coming to just about a close. It is amazing how quickly time can fly, either when you are working or when you are getting distracted. It can happen either way. I wanted to just show you guys some projects that my students have completed for Lord of the Flies that I think are so cool. Here is a storyboard of Lord of the Flies. I have some students who really were very informationally solid on it and didn't necessarily want to do the creative side, so I definitely appreciate those. I just feel like it's those ones that are like really good at drawing and really good at being creative that I'm just like, wow, good for you. Couldn't be me necessarily. We're seeing students just really crush plot diagrams. There was a student that really went all out with the character caricature, and these were the twins Sam and Eric, and just did some things like that. I really want to work on assigning creative projects more often because that can still be an accurate representation of what students know, but I was able to catch up on a good bit of grading for today, so I feel pretty good about that. So I'm going to finish packing some things up around here. It is just about 3:10, so I'm going to head out here shortly. And then guys, tomorrow is the last day of school. Wow. I am excited for the last day of school. Even though teachers are still coming back for a couple days next week, last day of school is so final, and I am very excited. Hello and good morning to you guys. Happy last day of school. I'm just soaking it in. I feel pretty good this morning. Thankfully, my husband got me up to exercise, so feeling pretty good already. I'm pretty awake, I'll say. And today should be pretty solid. Nothing super crazy going on, just 2 more classes where some students will need to take a final. I will continue doing my grading, getting grades in, semester exam grades, quarter grades, finalizing grades, all those standard things. So feeling pretty good. There is a staff luncheon at 12:30, so that'll be nice. It is just so hard to believe that today is finally May 23rd. I don't want to wish the day away, but also it's been a long year. Yes, teachers are coming back Tuesday and Wednesday for some final things and finalizing grades and packing up classrooms and things like that. But yeah, feeling pretty good. I am going to check some emails, get some grading in, hopefully before students get here. But God is good, you guys. It's been a long week. You've been with me, seen me through some of the highs and lows of this week, but I'm really excited for today. I wanted to show you guys today's last outfit of the day. It is Hawaiian Wear Friday, but here is the Hawaiian print. It's very fun. Got some flamingos, got some palm trees. Really happy about that. And I did decide to wear my plastic Birks with some white socks to kind of complete that look. So I have really enjoyed the Secret Staff Spirit Week. The students have definitely, I think, caught on at this point, like what's going on, but it has been so fun and has definitely lifted my spirits. So it's just been really nice. And I was just checking my emails and it did look like there are some donuts maybe in the staff room. So I'm going to kind of see if my friend is free to walk down and see if there are still some donuts. Otherwise, I'm going to walk down myself and see if there are any left. Guys, school is over and it just seems so surreal. And in a few minutes, I need to go down to the faculty luncheon. But wow, no more students. It's me and my grading at this point, and me and packing up my class at this point. So I'm going to kind of close up some things around here, as in erase some things, head over to the luncheon, and then probably check back in with you for some final thoughts. All right, you guys, it has been a year, and today was the last day of school for 2024 to the 2025 school year, and it was a wild ride, but I am so grateful for how this year went. There's always things to learn, always things to improve on, but I do have Tuesday and Wednesday to really finalize some things. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope it gave you a little bit of a look into what the regular day-to-day looks like. Thank you again so much for watching. Please like this video, subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. See ya.